Imagine this for a second. You're walking through life surrounded by noise, expectations, and maybe even people you think should be by your side. But something inside you doesn't fit. There's an emptiness, a feeling you can't explain. Suddenly you wonder, what if someone is meant for me? What if my soul already knows, but my mind hasn't caught up yet? Stay with me, because today we're going to explore a secret that Carl Jung, one of the brightest minds in psychology, left for us. If someone is meant for you, you'll feel it in your soul. It's not just a pretty phrase, not a romantic cliche. It's a deep truth Jung discovered by exploring the hidden layers of our minds. From the first moment, I want you to feel this. You're not here by chance. If you've come to this video, there's something in you, a spark, an intuition that brought you here. I won't give you vague answers or empty promises. Together, we're going to dive into Jung's ideas, into how your unconscious speaks to you every day, and how you can know without a doubt when someone is destined to cross your path and transform your life. So take a deep breath, turn off distractions, and get ready. This will be a long, intense journey, and I promise it'll be completely revealing. Carl Jung wasn't just a psychologist. He was an explorer of the human soul. He believed that inside each of us is an entire universe, a deep ocean of emotions, symbols, and truths we usually ignore. One of his most powerful ideas is that love, relationships, and the connections we form aren't accidents. They're not just chemistry or luck. They're reflections of something much bigger, your unconscious. That place inside you that knows things your conscious mind hasn't accepted yet. Have you ever felt a something about someone? That inexplicable feeling that they understand you, complete you, or challenge you in a way no one else does? That, my friend, isn't a coincidence. Jung would say it's your soul recognizing something your ego can't yet see. But hold on. Before we go further, let's pause. Tell me, have you ever felt that? That connection you can't put into words but shakes you inside? Think about it for a second. Maybe it was with a friend, a love, or even someone you barely knew but left a mark on you. Jung tells us these experiences are clues, messages from your unconscious trying to guide you toward what really matters. Today, we're going to decode those messages together. The unconscious, according to Jung, doesn't speak clearly like you and I do now. It doesn't send you an email saying, "Hey, this person is for you," or "Watch out, stay away from that one." It communicates with symbols, dreams, and emotions that sometimes confuse you. Have you ever met someone and felt peace for no reason? Or the opposite, and discomfort you can't justify? That's your unconscious whispering to you. When it comes to relationships, Jung was clear. The people who enter your life aren't just bodies or pretty faces. They're mirrors. They reflect parts of you that you need to see, accept, or heal. Some are meant to stay, others to teach you something and move on. But those truly destined for you, you feel them in your soul. Imagine this. You're standing at a crossroads. One path is full of lights and noise. It seems right according to what everyone tells you to choose. The perfect partner on paper, the friend everyone approves of. The other path is darker, more uncertain. Maybe it's someone who doesn't fit expectations but makes you feel alive for some reason. What would you do? Most people pick the safe, familiar option, but Jung challenges us. Growth, true love, and authenticity lie on that mysterious path, because that's where you face your shadows, your fears, and discover who you really are. Speaking of shadows, have you heard of that Jungian concept? The shadow is everything you hide, repress, or don't want the world to see. Maybe your insecurity, your anger, or that secret desire to be freer than you allow yourself. We all have it. Here's the fascinating part. The people who come into your life, especially those who shake you, often reflect that shadow. Have you ever met someone who irritates you for no reason? Or someone who stirs emotions you didn't know you had? Jung would say it's not a coincidence. That person is here to show you something about yourself. If you can see it and integrate it, everything changes. But it's not all dark. There's light too. When someone is destined for you, they don't just confront you with your shadows. They lift you up, inspire you to be more you, to love yourself more, to grow. Remember that feeling of being with someone where time stops, where you don't need to pretend, where you can be exactly who you are. That's a sign. Jung called it synchronicity, those moments when the universe aligns to say, pay attention, this is important. In love and deep connections, synchronicity is like a heartbeat you can't ignore. So here's a direct question. What are you feeling right now as you hear this? Is there someone on your mind? Someone who makes you doubt, excites you, or confuses you? Don't rush to answer, just feel it. Because what we're going to do in this video is learn to listen to those signals, to trust that inner voice Jung taught us to recognize. I promise that by the end, you'll have clarity, not just about who's destined for you, but about how to love yourself enough to choose what your soul already knows you need. Before we move on, let me tell you that my book is now available. It's full of tips and techniques to help you overcome emotional blocks and love yourself more. Find the link in the description and pinned comment. Let's continue. All right, let's dive deeper, because this is just the beginning. Carl Jung didn't just give us tools to understand love or relationships. He gave us a map to reconnect with ourselves. Here's the catch. You can't know who's destined for you if you don't first know yourself. So get ready, because we're going to talk about self-love, how your unconscious guides you in every relationship, and why you sometimes cling to people who don't do you good. This will be intense but also freeing. Think about this. How many times have you been in a romantic, friendly, or even family relationship where something felt off? Maybe on the surface, everything seemed perfect. They said the right words, made the right gestures, but deep down there was an emptiness, a little voice whispering, "This isn't for me." Sound familiar? Jung would say that's your unconscious screaming, trying to protect you. But here's the problem. Most of us ignore that voice. We stay because we think we should, or because we're afraid of being alone. In doing so, we betray the most sacred thing we have, our essence. The unconscious, according to Jung, is like a guardian. It doesn't just show you what's wrong, it also shows you what's right. When you meet someone destined for you, there's no confusion. There might be fear, doubts, even chaos at first, but deep down, you feel an inexplicable calm. It's like your soul says, finally someone who sees me. But to get there, you first have to clear the noise. That noise often comes from the relationships you force, the ones you hold on to out of habit or fear of letting go. Let's pause here. Take a deep breath and think about someone you've been with or are with now. How do you feel when you're with them? Do you feel full, alive, inspired? Or do you feel like you're fading, losing yourself a little more each day? Be honest with yourself, because Jung teaches us that our relationships aren't just random encounters. They're reflections of our inner world. If you're with someone who drains you, who makes you doubt your worth, it's not the universe punishing you. It's your unconscious asking you to look inside and ask, what part of me is allowing this? Here's where self-love comes in. A topic Jung didn't directly call by that name, but it's at the heart of his work. For him, integrating your shadow, listening to your intuition, and living authentically is the greatest act of love you can give yourself. Imagine your energy as a treasure. Every day you wake up with a reserve of strength, passion, and life. Now, who are you giving that treasure to? To people who value it, who multiply it, or to someone who takes it and leaves you empty? If you let someone drain your energy constantly, you're telling your unconscious, I don't deserve more. But you do deserve more. Your energy is sacred, and protecting it isn't selfish. It's a personal revolution. Let me share something personal so you feel it closer. A while back, I was in a relationship that seemed perfect from the outside. Everyone told me, you've got it great. But every time I was with that person, something in me dimmed. I couldn't explain it. There were no fights, no obvious drama, but my intuition was screaming. Then one day, reading Jung, I understood. My shadow was at play. That relationship reflected my own fears of not being enough. The more I clung, the more I lost myself. When I finally let go, it was like air filled my lungs again. Has that happened to you? Are you holding on to someone right now because you think it's what you should do? Jung invites us to let go, but not impulsively. Letting go in his philosophy is a conscious act. It's recognizing that some people aren't meant to stay. They're here to teach you something. When you release them, you make space for what's truly aligned with your soul. Because the people destined for you don't ask you to betray yourself. They don't demand you shrink or hide who you are. On the contrary, they challenge you to grow, to shine, to be more you. Think about the relationships you have now. Is there someone who makes you feel small? Someone who, without you realizing, pulls you away from your dreams? Jung believed our connections shape our psyche. If you're surrounded by people who doubt you, who criticize more than they support, your unconscious feels it. Slowly, those dreams that once excited you start to fade. But here's the good news. You can change that. You can choose. And when you choose to align with your truth, the universe responds. It's like the pieces start falling into place. Now imagine this. You meet someone new. Maybe it's a chance encounter or someone who's been near, but you never truly saw before. Suddenly, you feel something different. It's not just attraction, not just chemistry. It's a deep sensation, like your souls recognize each other. Jung would explain it as a moment of synchronicity, a sign this person is here for a reason. But to notice it, you have to be awake. You have to have done the inner work of loving yourself enough to not settle for less. So here's another question. Are you loving yourself enough to let go of what doesn't lift you up? Think about it. Because the people destined for you don't arrive by accident. They come when you're ready, when you've cleared the chaos and learned to listen to your soul. And that, my friend, is what we'll keep exploring. Get ready because in the next part, we're going even deeper. We've reached the halfway point of this journey, and now things get even more interesting. If someone is destined for you, you'll feel it in your soul, Jung said. But how do you know you're not imagining it? How do you tell the difference between a real connection and a mirage created by your desires or wounds? Stay with me, because we're going to unravel this with the tools Jung left us, and I promise by the end of this part, you'll have clarity like never before. Jung believed our relationships reflect our psyche. Everything you feel about someone, attraction, rejection, confusion, has its root in you. This doesn't mean the other person doesn't matter. It means what you perceive in them is a projection of your inner world. For example, have you ever met someone who gets under your skin for no clear reason? Maybe they seem arrogant, selfish, or just rub you the wrong way. Jung would say, hold on, that's a part of your shadow you haven't accepted. The same goes for love. When you feel someone is destined for you, it's not just because they're perfect. It's because they awaken something in you that was waiting to be seen. Let's do a quick exercise. Think of someone important in your life right now. Someone you have a strong connection with, good or bad. What do you feel when you're near them? What emotions do they stir in you? Now ask yourself, is what I feel really about them, or is it something I carry inside? Maybe that person who irritates you reflects your fear of rejection, or maybe that person you're so drawn to reflects a longing for freedom you haven't let yourself live. Jung teaches us that relationships are mirrors, and if you look honestly, you uncover truths that change everything. But here's the twist. Not all connections are meant to last. Some people come like storms. They shake your world, confront you with your shadows, and then leave. Others arrive like a gentle sunrise, bringing peace and growth. How do you know which is which? According to Jung, the key is in synchronicity and how you feel in your essence. If someone is destined for you, you don't just feel it in the moment. You feel it over time. There's a consistency, a resonance that doesn't fade with fights or doubts. It's like the universe saying, this person is here for something big. Now let's talk about something we've all experienced. Relationships that hurt. Those connections where everything feels like a struggle, where every step is full of misunderstandings, arguments, or awkward silences. Have you wondered why you stay? Maybe you think, if I try harder, this will work. But Jung invites us to see it differently. Those difficulties aren't just bad luck. They're signals from your unconscious saying, this isn't aligned with who you are. Here's a truth we sometimes don't want to hear. Not all relationships are meant to be forever. Some are lessons, and letting them go isn't failing. It's freeing yourself. Think about this. Is there someone in your life right now who makes you feel like you're swimming against the current? Someone where everything is complicated, where you feel you give more than you get? Pause and feel that for a second. How's your energy after being with them? Do you feel renewed or exhausted? Jung would say your body and soul know the answer before your mind does. If that relationship drains you, if it makes you doubt your worth, it's not your destiny. It's an invitation to look inside and ask, what am I learning here? And what do I need to let go of to keep growing? But it's not all pain. When someone is truly destined for you, there's a different magic. It's not that everything's perfect. Jung didn't believe in fairy tales, but there's a sense of purpose. That person doesn't just love you, they help you love yourself more. They challenge you to face your shadows but hold you while you do. Do you remember someone like that in your life? Maybe they're here now, or maybe you let them go out of fear. Jung would say there's no rush. What's meant for you always finds a way back because the unconscious never forgets. Let me be honest with you, because this is a safe space. A few years ago, I met someone who made me feel that. It was a connection I couldn't explain. It didn't fit what I should want according to others. But every time I was with him, I felt a deep peace. My mind doubted, but my soul said, this is real. Reading Jung, I understood it was synchronicity. It didn't last forever, but it taught me something invaluable. When you're aligned with yourself, the right people show up. And if they leave, it's because their role in your story is done. What do you think? Have you experienced something like that? Here's something powerful. Self-love is the filter that helps you distinguish. If you don't value yourself, you'll settle for relationships that hurt you. But if you love yourself, if you listen to your intuition, like Jung taught us, you'll only let in those who resonate with your soul. And those people, the ones destined for you, don't ask you to betray yourself. They celebrate you, push you to be bigger, more authentic, more you. So tell me, are you giving yourself that love right now? Or are you waiting for someone else to do it for you? We've reached the end, but this isn't a goodbye. It's a beginning. We've explored Carl Jung's ideas, shadows, synchronicity, self-love, and how to know if someone is destined for you. Now this all comes alive when you apply it. So stay until the last second, because I'm going to give you tools to transform your relationships and your reality. And I'll ask you for something special at the end. Jung left us a gift, the certainty that your soul knows. If someone is destined for you, you don't need to force it or doubt it endlessly. You'll feel it. But that feeling isn't just emotion. It's a mix of intuition, peace, and purpose that goes beyond words. Think about the people who've marked your life. Who made you feel more alive? Who challenged you to be better without making you feel less? Those are the clues. If you don't see them now, don't worry. The universe is always working, and your unconscious will guide you when you're ready. Let's talk about something practical. How to apply this today. First, listen. Take a moment each day to be with yourself. No noise, no distractions. Ask yourself, what do I really feel about the people in my life? Who lifts me up? Who dims me? Jung believed the unconscious speaks when you give it space. When you start listening, you'll notice patterns. Maybe you'll realize that relationship you're forcing isn't for you. Or maybe you'll see that someone holds a special place in your destiny. Second, let go. If there's someone or something that doesn't resonate with you, have the courage to release it. It's not easy. I know there's fear, uncertainty, but Jung taught us that emptiness isn't the end. It's the start of something new. When I let go of that relationship I mentioned, I felt a void at first, but then, little by little, my life filled with people and experiences I never imagined. You can have that too. What are you willing to let go of today to open the door to what you truly deserve? Third, trust. Trust your soul. That voice Jung encouraged us to hear. The people destined for you will come, but not always when you expect. Synchronicity doesn't follow a clock. Sometimes you have to go through chaos and shadows to be ready. But when they arrive, you'll know. It'll be a deep recognition, like you always knew they were there waiting. Now imagine your life aligned with this. Imagine relationships where you don't have to pretend, where your energy flows, where you feel seen and valued. Imagine waking up each day knowing you're surrounded by people destined for you, not out of obligation, but a real connection. That's what Jung wanted us to discover. An authentic, full life where love for yourself and others is the center. Before I go, I want you to do something for me and for you. Reflect. What part of this message touched you most? What will you do differently after hearing this? Leave your answer in the comments. Not just because I want to read it, I really do, but because your words inspire others. Every comment you leave helps this video reach more people who need this message. If this resonated with you, share it with someone you love, someone searching for answers too. Together we can build a community where we all remember the power of our souls. If you're not subscribed yet, do it now and hit the bell. This isn't just a channel, it's a space where we grow together, where we explore life-changing truths. I promise what's coming will be even more powerful. Thanks for being here, for listening, for being part of this family. See you in the next video. Remember, if someone is destined for you, you'll feel it in your soul. And the first step is feeling yourself. I'll be waiting.